Good morning, Allie Benjamin here on the Growing Edge live here at our virtual and in person, because some of you are meeting in person, holding watch parties and enjoying this Growing Edge message from all over the place. And so welcome to Growing Edge Live. We meet here every Sunday at 10:15 a.m. Mountain Time. And again, we meet on Thursday nights and do another message or another broadcast here on Facebook Live, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube. And we do that at 7 p.m. every Thursday at Mountain Time. And so this morning, welcome. There's Michael. Michael will be taking questions and posting some comments. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and type them in. Love to hear your comments. The intention of this Growing Edge message, this Growing Edge conversation, is really to have us co-create something that is not just me talking, but us as a virtual community and a spiritual community, that we have a conversation going on that deepens our experience, that actually whatever it is that my topic is, it's my desire that we actually have a conversation about it and then take it to the streets, so that we truly can be, as the awakened teacher luminary Gandhi said, to be the change we wish to see in the world. And so it's my intention through Growing Edge live broadcasts that I share relevant spiritual practices and spiritual principles that can be implemented in our everyday lives, so that we can have a greater sense of freedom, a greater sense of joy and passion and creativity, and that we become sovereign beings in our lives, able to create a life that truly reflects our inner values. And so welcome this morning to Growing Edge Live. The theme for February is wholeheartedness. And today my talk is Beyond Blame. Beyond Blame. So this is an amazing concept. I absolutely love this. When I was researching blame, I found some amazing things that really resonated with me in my life. And so I know if they resonate with me, they'll more than likely resonate with you. And so I trust that what we're talking about today truly serves you. So let's take a moment to do a little grounding, a little settling in. So please close the eyes. Closing the outer eyes and tuning in to the one life, the one power, the one presence, the one infinite organizing intelligence. Call it God. Call it infinite wisdom. Call it the universe, the one, love. Whatever name you have for that ineffable, the source of life, the very thing itself. Let's just be present in that awareness now. Taking a breath. Exhaling. And as you breathe in, imagine your breath moving down into your heart center. And as it reaches your heart center, expanding the feeling of love and appreciation for all life, for your life. And then on the exhale, exhaling love. And so in this way, as breathing in love and breathing out love, we're expanding a field of love. We're co-creating a field of love. And we're building coherence between the brain and the heart. And as our thoughts start to line up with what our heart truly longs for and desires, we begin to manifest a more beautiful world. So as we arrive here today, I trust and know that whatever is seeking to be revealed is done so in crystal clarity, and whatever is seeking to be released is done so with deep gratitude, and whatever is seeking to be activated, implemented, integrated into our awareness, into our being, is done so with curiosity and enthusiasm, joy, love, and gratitude. So I give thanks for this time together, and I call it good and very good. So let's take one more breath, opening the heart. Exhale and open the eyes. Good morning. I see the Satya Center's there, and I see Holly. Hello. Hello, everyone there at the Satya Center in the mansion. I'm so glad to be together here, even though we're miles apart, because I'm here in Big Bear Lake, California. And we've got a group that is gathering at our center, the Satya Center in Ogden, Utah. And I know we have people all over the place watching, so welcome. If you're here for the first time, stick around. We talk for about 15 minutes, and then I give you a question to take into your life so that you can start to mull that over and see how that might enhance your experience. So beyond blame. Today I'm going to be talking about blame and forgiveness. And that once we can move beyond blame, we can move into a greater sense of freedom, of power, of sovereignty. And so as we arrive here today together on this awakening journey, I'm acknowledging you, me, us, for the commitment we've made, not only to be here this morning here on Facebook Live, or if you're watching it at a later time, you've made a commitment to tune in, to listen to some spiritual principles and practices. So I'm honoring the fact that we are taking seriously our ability to wake up out of the trance. I call it transcendence. We wake up out of the trance of this human egoic realm, and we wake up to deeper realms, deeper dimensions to who and what we truly are. And when we're awake to those deeper dimensions, watch out, because then we see through the eyes of love, and then we have an experience. I believe it's the experience we were born to have here on earth, not coming from a level of disempowered thought, but coming from a level of empowered thought. So there's a remembering of who we truly are, and then there's a forgetting about who we truly are. There's who we are as personalities, and there's what we are as spiritual beings. So there's this remembrance and this forgetting, and we seem to cycle through this all the time. And then we're equipped with this amazing thing called a mind. And one of the faculties of our mind is our imagination. And our imagination is a beautiful thing. But there's an aspect of our imagination, the most insidious part of our imagination, which is blame. Somehow we've been programmed to believe that blame, maybe we don't even frame it up this way, but we're programmed to find fault and blame and point fingers and create separation and boundaries and us and them. And this whole paradigm of blame needs to be dissolved. And so today we're going to dissolve it together. So I know that you're ready for it, and I know that I am, because it happens unconsciously. Even this morning, waking up and being in this beautiful little Om Shanti home, our camper van, and I was thinking that Michael's taking too long in the bathroom, and I found myself in that subtle realm of blame. It's just because I have a certain timeline that I think I need to keep, and Michael is taking longer than I thought he should in the bathroom, I sort of go down below the line. If there's a circle, and above the line is conscious thinking, and below the line is unconscious egoic thinking, I sunk below the line a moment and started making Michael responsible for me being late or me being behind my schedule. So blame is just subtle. It kind of weaves its way in. And so I think by shining the light of awareness on it today, we will begin to transcend the kind of the default into blame. It's not something that's helpful. It's a way we activate our imagination, and we begin believing these thoughts around pointing fingers at others, and then that becomes our experience. And it doesn't feel good to live in blame. Blame is a hallucination, because there's only one thing happening. It's this thing called life. We're all connected. There's only one of us. So pointing the finger at anything we perceive as being out there or other is just a game, because we're really pointing the finger at ourselves, because there's only one. So we can stop. We need to resist that temptation to point the fingers, because there's only one character. There's not me and millions of other characters in the world. There's just one character in this quantum field, and we get to participate in this field of love without pointing fingers, without finding fault, and just be at peace with what is. Dr. Ernest Holmes says, every day and every hour we are meeting the eternal realities of life, and in such degree as we cooperate with these eternal realities in love, in peace, in wisdom, and in joy, believing and receiving, we are automatically blessed. So we meet these realities, meaning we meet the reality of life in peace, in wisdom, and love, and in joy. And so that's operating above the line, consciously directing our thought and attention to what's working, what's good, what we appreciate, and we live from that point. So blame, I've created another acronym. So beyond blame, what's on the other side of blame? Where are we trying to get to? We're trying to get to peace and love and joy and freedom, forgiveness. We forgive ourselves for blaming. We forgive those that we've been blaming, and we move to a place of sovereignty, of power, of a place where we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, nothing out there can disrupt the inner peace, the inner God, the inner spirit, the soul of me. And so the acronym is for beyond. So begin experiencing yourself occupying numerous dimensions. Begin experiencing yourself occupying numerous dimensions. What does this mean? We have numerous dimensions to our being. We're a physical being. That's the physical dimension. We have a mental being. That's our mental, our mind, dimension of the mind. And we have a spiritual dimension, the ineffable, that is beyond what we can even talk about or think about. So as we start to transcend blame, we start to move beyond that. We just notice, okay, I'm noticing I'm really in the mind here. I've sunk down to that place below the line of unconscious negative thinking. And I know there's other dimensions. I can occupy those other dimensions. I can occupy the dimension of love, my heart. And in that place, I see through the eyes of love. I occupy a space. And when I'm in that place, and you're in that place, that's where we meet, in the field of love. Beyond wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there, said the poet Rumi. That's what he's talking about. It's beyond blame. It's beyond hatred. It's beyond frustration. It's beyond all of those things. And it's not that those things don't have a place and a time. We can feel frustrated, we can feel sad, we can feel angry, we can feel pain. All of those things are part of the human experience. I'm not suggesting that we transcend those and we don't feel anything. We're here to feel everything, but we're not here to pitch a tent in our illness, in our pain, in our suffering. We're here to momentarily experience it, see how it enriches our lives, and then move to higher grounds. And take that high watch. We move beyond blame, and we start boldly experiencing ourselves as numerous dimensions, and just notice our multi-dimensional beingness. It's a beautiful thing to be human. And so here it is. I have some deeper inquiry questions for you. And they are, how would this moment feel if you were absent of any form of blame? How would this moment feel if you were absent of any form of blame? Just feel that. Isn't that liberating? What if there was nothing or anyone to blame? Think about that one. Who would you be if everything could be exactly as it is, even including blaming, lying, cheating, or stealing as they may, with the only difference being your complete and absolute surrender of blame? So if you could see others in their imperfection, just as we are, we're all perfectly imperfect, and if we could see life going on as it does, in its struggle, in its all of it, and just kind of see it all without the lens of blame. So those are some questions for you, and I have some affirmations. So tune in I'm going to say, and you repeat out loud. Here we go. I am willing to let go of blame. I am willing to let go of blame and take responsibility for my experience. And take responsibility for my experience. I show up in the world. I show up in the world as a peaceful being, wholehearted and free, wholehearted and free. Feels good to affirm the truth. So I'm going to just read those again. So close your eyes a minute and feel it at a deeper place, at a deeper heart-centered, wholehearted place. I'm willing to let go of blame and take responsibility for my experience. I show up in the world as a peaceful being, wholehearted and free. So if you've enjoyed these teachings, if this Beyond Blame has helped you today, I invite you to financially support these Growing Edge messages, and you can share a donation through Venmo to Satya Center, SATYA CENTER, and we would love to see you circulate your love and appreciation, because what I know about the law of circulation, the more you give, the more you receive, and the more you acknowledge that you've been spiritually fed, the more you will be in alignment with what wants to come to you in the in the form of spiritual nourishment. So thank you for your gifts and blessings, and I will close with an activation. So again, close the eyes, tune in, and I speak a blessing upon each and every person that is watching, each and every person that is listening, and I know and accept as we live, move, and breathe and have our being in this one life, this one amazing experience of spirit, the living spirit that we're all experiencing, that we activate our imagination, that we activate our love, our heart, and we move beyond blame. We forgive those that we've perceived that have wronged us. We forgive ourselves, and we move into a place of being multidimensional beings, and we begin experiencing ourselves as multidimensional beings, body, mind, spirit, here to enjoy the fullness and the richness of life and bring forth the beauty and the freedom that we are. So as we breathe together and give thanks for this beautiful life and know that there are billions of people around this globe tuning in to their hearts, tuning in churches, synagogues, mosques, taking hikes out in nature, driving their cars, in their workplaces, that are taking a moment just to be mindful and contemplate how much there is to be grateful for. So I release this prayer knowing that we are all blessed, that life is good all the time. Namaste, peace and blessings. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.